Hello everyone. Today our topic for discussion is fundamental rights. So dear students, as we know that the fundamental rights are enshrined in part 3rd of the Indian Constitution. Our constitution makers borrowed the fundamental rights concept from US Constitution. The fundamental rights are justifiable in nature, and as we know that Sardar Villabhai Committee finalized fundamental rights. Originally, in original constitution, there was a group of 7 fundamental rights, and presently we see that the citizens of the India enjoy only 6 fundamental rights because right to property it was deleted from the list of fundamental rights. So in my earlier video, we have already discussed first fundamental right to equality. So today we will discuss right to freedom. Right to freedom, second fundamental right. So dear students, as we know that, so according to B.R. Ambedkar, the fundamental rights are the most criticized part of the Indian Constitution. So far the right to freedom is concerned, we see that right to freedom from article is the second fundamental right from article 19 to 22. So this right to freedom, we see that the Constitution of India under article 19 under article 19 we see that protected 6 rights. 6 rights. First right to freedom of speech and expression. So we see that the article 19, the protection of 6 rights, First right to freedom and freedom of speech and expression. Freedom of expression means the right to express one's opinion by words of mouth, through writing, printing, we see that picture or in any other manner. First fundamental right protect, we see that under article 19. Second, we see that right to assemble peacefully without arms. You can assemble anywhere but peacefully without arms. Clear? So third, we see that right to form associations. So there is a freedom to form association. The fourth is right to move freely throughout the territory of India. And fifth fundamental right which was protected under article 19 is right to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India. So the citizen of the India, they can reside anywhere in the, we see that within the territory of India. Clear? So now the sixth is right to practice any profession, trade, occupation, or we see that business. Clear? So this was about article 19. So far the article 20 is concerned, we see that article 20, the protection in respect, it mentions the protection in respect of conviction for offenses. Article 20, protection in respect for conviction for offenses. So far the article 20 clause first is concerned, it says that no person shall be convicted of any offense except for the violation of law in force at the time of commission of the act charged as an offense. This, we see that the clause first is known as ex post facto law. Article 20 clause first is known as ex post facto law. So far the ex post facto law is concerned, we see that legislatures cannot make a law. Means that legislatures cannot make a law which provides for punishment of acts which were committed prior to the date when it came into force. Clear? Now second, under article 20 clause second, it talks about that no person shall be prosecuted and punished for the same offense for more than once. So this is known as the doctrine of double jeopardy. Double jeopardy means no person shall be put twice in peril for the same offense. Third, we see that the article 20 clause third, it talks about that no person accused of any offense shall be compelled to be witness against himself. So this article 20 clause third is also known as self-incrimination law. So this was all about article 20. Now the article 21. So dear students, as we know that the article 21 is concerned, article 21 right to freedom, article 21 1, it talks about protection of life and personal liberty, except in accordance the procedures established in law. So right to this protection of life and personal liberty. It talks about right to live with human dignity. Decent environment, privacy, free education up to 14 years. So Article 21, it was amended. It was later amended in 2002 due to 86th amendment, 86th constitutional amendment, and in 2002 right to this Article 21, it was amended, and we see that right to free and compulsory education for all children. So right to education is now a fundamental right. So Article 21 clause, Article 21A talks about right to free and compulsory education for all the children. Clear? So Article 86th amendment or constitutional amendment in constitutional amendment, it was amended what? 2000, amended in 2002. Clear? 2002. As we know that it was this right to education, it was made a fundamental right. This came into force on April 1st, 2010. April 1st, 2010. So 86th constitutional amendment कब हुआ? 2001 में. 2002 में. 2002 में हुआ 86th constitutional amendment, and it made a right to education a fundamental right, and it came into force on April 1st, 2010. Clear? So this was all about Article 21, and now the Article 22. Article 20. So far the Article 22 is concerned. We see that Article 22, it talks about protection against arrest and detention in certain cases. First, this article is applicable both citizens and non-citizens. This act provides certain safeguards to citizens. So far the Article 21 Article 22 clause first is concerned. We see that any person who is in custody has to be informed as to why he has been arrested. Further, he can not be denied to consult and advocate. Article 22 clause first. So far the Article 22 clause second is concerned. We see that it talks about that the arrested individual should be produced before the judicial magistrate within 24 hours of his arrest. So this was Article 22. Clear? So this was all about right to freedom. So now dear students, अब हम डिस्कस करेंगे राइट अगेंस्ट एक्सप्लॉइटेशन. द थर्ड फंडामेंटल राइट इज राइट अगेंस्ट एक्सप्लॉइटेशन. एज वी नो दैट द राइट अगेंस्ट एक्सप्लॉइटेशन अंडर आर्टिकल 22 and 23 to 24. Clear? As we know that so far the Article 23 is concerned. We see that it prohibits human trafficking and beggar. And beggar means forced labor. So forced labor without wages. Forced labor means labor without wages. So Article 23 prohibits human trafficking and beggar. Human trafficking means selling and buying of men, women, and children. So Article 23, it prohibits the practice of human trafficking and beggar. As we know that in ancient times, this beggar was known as, in Sanskrit, known as Vishti. So work without wages. Clear? Now we see that. So now the Article 24. So far the Article 24 is concerned. We see that it talks about the prohibition of child labor. Prohibition of child labor. Article 24 of the Indian Constitution prohibits the employment of children below the age of 14 years. In dangerous jobs, like we see that in factories, in mines. Clear? It prohibits the employment of the children below the age of 14. Clear? So this was all about right against exploitation. So dear students, next video हम discuss करेंगे right to freedom of religion, right cultural education right constitutional remedies. So आज की वीडियो में बस इतना ही. So वीडियो के देखने के साथ साथ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें.